Question 1. Describe your favorite singer. You should say who this singer is, what kind of music they sing, why you like their music, and explain how they influence you.
One of my favorite singers is Adele, a British artist known for her powerful voice and emotional songs. She sings mainly pop and soul music, and her lyrics often focus on themes like love, heartbreak, and personal growth. Adele's ability to convey deep emotions through her songs is what makes her stand out for me. Her voice is so rich and captivating that it instantly draws you in, making her music unforgettable. I first discovered Adele when I heard her song, Someone Like You, on the radio many years ago. It was so touching that it gave me goosebumps. Since then, I've followed her music closely and enjoyed every album she has released. One of my favorites is her album, 21, which has popular songs like Rolling in the Deep. These tracks show off her amazing voice and share stories that many people can relate to. What I admire most about Adele is how genuine she is. She doesn't need flashy shows or follow trends to get people's attention. Instead, she focuses on her talent and stays true to herself. For example, during her concerts, she often shares personal stories, which makes her feel relatable and genuine. Her confidence and humor also add to her charm, making her an even bigger inspiration for her fans. Adele's music has a special place in my life because it helps me process my emotions. Whether I'm feeling happy or sad, her songs provide comfort and understanding. Her success story inspires me to believe in hard work and self-belief. She's not just a singer to me, but a role model who motivates me to pursue my passions while staying true to who I am.
Question 2. Describe a person you know who is from a different culture. You should say who he or she is, where he or she is from, how you know him or her, and explain how you feel about him or her.
I'd like to talk about my friend, Sarah, who comes from France. We met a few years ago when she moved to my city to work as a French teacher at a local language institute. At first, we got to know each other through a mutual friend who introduced us at a small gathering. Since then, we've built a strong friendship and stayed in regular contact. Sarah is originally from Lyon, a beautiful city in France known for its rich history, food, and architecture. She often shares stories about her hometown, and I find it fascinating to learn about the French way of life. For instance, she once described how people in France value long, relaxed meals with family, which is quite different from the fast-paced dining habits I'm used to. I got to know her well because we share several common interests, like cooking and hiking. Sarah often invites me to try French dishes, like ratatouille and crepes, which she prepares with such passion. I've also learned a lot about French traditions, such as celebrating Bastille Day, and their love for art and fashion. In return, I've shared aspects of my culture with her, which has made our friendship even more meaningful. I feel truly lucky to know Sarah. She is kind, open-minded, and always curious about learning new things. Our friendship has broadened my understanding of the world, and I admire her ability to adapt to new cultures while staying proud of her own heritage. Her perspective has inspired me to be more open to different cultures and experiences.
Question 3. Describe a successful business person you know. You should say who this person is, how you knew him or her, what business he or she does, and explain why he or she is successful.
One successful businessperson I really admire is Elon Musk. He's famous for leading Tesla, SpaceX, and other companies. I first heard about him in the news, where people talked about his electric cars and space rockets. His ideas sounded so high-tech, and I found it fascinating how he's trying to change the world. I also like how he's not afraid to take big risks to make his vision a reality. I got to know more about him during college when I read his biography and watched interviews. He's not just a businessman. He's trying to solve big problems like climate change and making space travel affordable. His work with Tesla has made electric cars cool and practical, and SpaceX is doing things no one thought possible, like reusable rockets. What makes him successful, I think, is his determination and ability to take risks. For example, Tesla was close to failing at one point, but he kept going. And now it's one of the most valuable car companies. SpaceX is another example. People thought he was crazy, but now it's leading the space industry. I really admire how he never gives up, even when things get tough. He's faced criticism and lots of failures, but stayed focused on his goals. His ability to bounce back from setbacks shows incredible resilience. I think his success is not just about money, it's about making a real difference in the world. That's what makes him so inspiring to me.
Question 4. Describe a creative person whose work you admire. You should say who he or she is, how you knew him or her, what creative things he or she has done, and explain why you think he or she is creative.
One creative person whose work I really admire is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. She has an incredible talent for creating a detailed and magical world that has captured the hearts of millions of readers all over the world. Her imagination and storytelling skills are truly one of a kind. I first discovered her work when I read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone as a child. From the very first page, I was hooked. The magical world she created, with its wizards, witches, and Hogwarts school, was unlike anything I'd ever read before. I loved the idea of hidden magic in everyday life and quickly became obsessed with the series, reading each book as soon as it was released. J.K. Rowling hasn't just written books, she has achieved a lot more. She wrote the Fantastic Beasts film scripts, which expand on the magical world she created. In addition to her work in film, she has also been involved in creating stage productions. This has allowed fans to experience her magical world in a completely new way. Outside of writing, she's involved in charity work, supporting children in need. What I admire most about her is how her stories go beyond just being fun to read. They explore themes like loyalty, bravery, and standing up for what's right. Her characters feel so real, and their struggles and friendships are things people of all ages can relate to. That's what makes her such a creative and inspiring person.
Question 5. Describe a person who is fashionable. You should say who he or she is, what job he or she does, what kind of clothes he or she wears, and explain why he or she likes fashion.
One fashionable person I know is my cousin Sarah. She's in her late 20s and always manages to look stylish, no matter the occasion. Sarah has a great eye for fashion. She knows how to mix different clothes to create unique outfits that suit her personality. She has a natural talent for choosing colors and patterns that work well together, which always makes her stand out in a crowd. She works as a marketing manager for a luxury brand, and her job requires her to meet clients and attend high-profile events. This means she needs to look both professional and trendy at all times. Sarah believes that dressing well boosts her confidence and helps her make a strong impression, which is important in her line of work. She takes time to plan her outfits so they match the event and show her personality. Sarah's style is a mix of modern and classic pieces. She loves wearing tailored blazers, stylish dresses, and eye-catching accessories like necklaces or handbags. On casual days, she prefers comfortable yet stylish clothes like cozy sweaters, straight-leg jeans, and trendy sneakers. She's always up to date with the latest fashion trends, but adds her unique touch to everything she wears. She loves fashion because it's her way of expressing herself. For Sarah, clothes are not just practical, they help her show her creativity and individuality. Her passion for fashion has even inspired me to think more about my own style and how I can use it to reflect my personality.
Question 6. Describe a person who is often in the news and who you would like to meet. You should say who this person is, how you know him or her, why he or she is often in the news, and explain why you would like to meet him or her.
One famous person I'd really love to meet is Rafael Nadal, the Spanish tennis talent. I've been a fan of his ever since I started watching tennis. I especially admire how hard he works and how amazing he is on clay courts. His strong playing style, particularly his success at the French Open, has always amazed me. Rafael Nadal is often in the news because of his outstanding achievements in tennis. He's considered one of the best tennis players ever. He has the most French Open wins in history. He's also often talked about because of his friendly attitude. His competitions with top players like Roger Federer make him even more popular. People admire him for being humble and focused, both on and off the court. I'd love to meet Nadal because I admire not only his skills, but also his attitude and determination. Even though he's faced a lot of injuries, he always comes back stronger. That's really inspiring to me. Meeting him would be a chance to learn from his mental strength. I'd love to hear how he stays focused, even in such a competitive sport. In conclusion, Rafael Nadal is a true role model in sports and life. I'd love to meet him, to hear about his journey, and learn from his experiences as a top athlete. I also want to understand how he stays so focused and motivated throughout his career. If possible, I would love the chance to play tennis with him as well.
Question 7. Describe a person who likes to read a lot. You should say who he or she is, how you knew them, what they read, and explain why you think she likes to read a lot.
One person I know who absolutely loves reading is my friend Emma. She has been a book lover ever since I met her, and I would say she is one of the most well-read people I know. Reading is a defining part of her personality, and she is often seen with a book in hand, completely absorbed in a story. For Emma, reading is not just a hobby, but a way of life. We met in university, where we took literature classes together. I noticed she always carried a book, whether in the cafeteria or waiting for a lecture. Even during breaks, while others were chatting or scrolling through their phones, Emma would be lost in a novel or a pottery. Her dedication to reading was so consistent that it became a topic of conversation among our friends. Emma enjoys a wide range of books, particularly classic literature and historical fiction. To Kill a Mockingbird is one of her favorites, which she has read multiple times. She also loves biographies of authors and world leaders, finding them inspiring. For example, reading about Nelson Mandela gave her new perspectives on resilience and leadership. I think the reason she loves reading so much is that it allows her to escape into different worlds and gain new perspectives. She once told me that books help her relax and give her a deeper understanding of life. Additionally, Emma is a very curious person, so reading satisfies her thirst for knowledge. Overall, Emma is a true bookworm, and I really admire her passion for reading.
Question 8. Describe a character from a movie. You should say, who is this character? When did you watch the movie? What was the character?
One of the most iconic and inspiring characters I've ever encountered in a film is Forrest Gump from the 1994 movie Forrest Gump. He is a kind-hearted, simple man with a low IQ, but his life is anything but ordinary. I first watched this film with my family when I was a teenager, and his story left a profound impact on me. Forrest Gump, played by Tom Hanks, is a man who does amazing things even though he is not very smart. In the film, he becomes a college football player, a brave soldier in Vietnam, a ping pong champion, and a successful shrimp boat owner. What makes him special is his kindness, honesty, and loyalty, especially to his childhood friend, Jenny. Despite facing numerous challenges and heartbreaks, he always stays positive and sees the good in people. One of the most memorable things about Forrest is a famous line from his mother: "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." This lesson shapes how he lives. He accepts the unknown with courage and an open heart. His simple nature and strong will help him inspire everyone around him, including his mother, his army friends, and even strangers he meets along the way. Forrest Gump taught me the importance of perseverance, kindness, and staying true to oneself. His story is a powerful reminder that even ordinary people can lead extraordinary lives. His character continues to inspire me to face challenges with optimism and to always treat others with compassion and respect.
Question 9. Describe a person from whom others like to ask for advice. You should say, who this person is, why people like to ask for his or her advice, what kind of advice he or she often gives, and explain how you felt about the person.
One person that people often go to for advice is my grandpa. He's a retired professor who has spent many years teaching and learning. He knows a lot about different things because he reads a lot and has had many life experiences. Even though he's really smart, He's very down to earth and easy to talk to, which makes people feel comfortable asking him for advice. People like asking him for advice because he's such a good listener. He doesn't just jump in with an answer, he takes his time to really listen and understand the situation. He's never judgmental and always makes you feel like your thoughts and feelings matter. His calm and patient way of listening helps people feel safe opening up to him. He often gives advice about careers and life choices. His students ask him about things like which career path to take or how to deal with work problems. In our family, we go to him when we're unsure about big life decisions, like changing jobs or handling personal issues. His advice is always thoughtful and practical, but he also encourages us to think for ourselves and make our own choices. I feel really lucky to have my grandpa in my life. He's so patient and wise, and he's taught me how important it is to listen and think before giving advice. Knowing he's always there to support me makes me feel safe and confident. He's not just a source of advice, he's also someone I really look up to.
That's the end of today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos.